I really like to think of our series as kind of like a nostalgic stepsister to the original movie in the 90s and the book by the same title. Our show does start the same way with a fatal car crash, a cover up, and a killer who will stop at nothing to horrify us all. But at the same time, you know, it's a completely fresh take. There's a new cast, there's new characters, there's a new setting, and our story is very character driven. So it's more than just a bunch of kids running away for their lives, and it's about a bunch of people who are guilty, and everyone has secrets, and slowly through every single episode, more and more secrets are slowly revealed.
I think a perfect shocking moment needs that build of like just how our series is like it has you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out who the killer is. I was so far off when I was trying to guess who the killer was. And so I think that's really important to build throughout a series or a film, is keeping you guessing like even like who a killer could be.
Hey MTV News, we are the cast of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and here are the top 5 most shocking moments from our show.
Our first shocking moment, at least for me and my character, was probably the moment Allison realizes Margot has known the entire time that she was pretending to be her sister. That feels so good to say, especially in the sense of right after, you know, Allison had just left a moment with Dylan, who she's been in love with her entire life, and then comes running into Margot's arms, who she's newly kind of found a part of her in Margot that she didn't think was there, and a new love that she realizes it finally makes sense of like why her sister was so in love with this person. There is a moment when I forget what you even say, Brienne, but it's just a small moment when they're laying in bed together, and when I read that for the first time, my mind left my body.
Oh, you know what? Margot touches the scars and she says, "You have them too." I mean, that made my stomach drop. That was insane.
Next shocking moment from our show, for me, when Allison chooses Margot over Dylan at the end.
I forgot about that.
We've had this buildup. She's stabbed by Margot.
Yeah.
And then Dylan has come to save the love of his life, both spiritually and physically. And he's there for her. And she completely betrays him and betrays her true self.
You were gonna turn her in.
Shocking. I didn't have to play the shock on that day. I was, like you said, Madison, I left my body when we were filming that.
I think the next shocking moment from our show, personally, was finding out that Riley did not die. Riley doesn't die. She survives. And it's like, you thought you got me. You thought you got me, little Margot, but you didn't.
Shucks.
Yeah, just like how, you know, it ends and you find out Riley survives was like shocking.
And a happy one. A happy one for all of us.
Like, thank God, you know, we all love Riley so much.
Which was also another shocking moment, was the fact that Riley even died in the first place.
Yeah, I died and I come back.
I think Ashley is the most similar to her character, Riley, and all for the best reasons, because in my opinion, Riley is so genuine, honest, badass, and really, truly like sweet, even though she doesn't always show that to everybody. And, you know, I feel like Ashley is the same way. The next shocking moment is when Helen, the twins' mother, turns out to be alive, you know, and Lennon and Allison, their whole lives, especially Allison, believed that, you know, their mother had killed herself, and she carried that. It was part of her identity. For that to not be true, and then to find out about the cult, and Bruce, their father, knew about it too. Like, I mean, I can't imagine. That one tore me apart, because I thought like, oh my God, if I were in that position, it would ruin me.
Wow, I didn't even know that one. That's crazy. This is nuts. Now I'm actually shocked.
He's so shocked he's gone again.
I've left my body, guys. And finally, the last shocking moment is the beginning of episode 4. This was just so shocking for me because I was totally unprepared for it as an audience member. It's not really spoilery, but like just the beginning of episode 4. I was just not expecting that. That's all I'm saying. I just, you know what? Like, I was like, what did I just watch? This actually happened. Nobody said anything. It's how it's starting. So, yeah.
Tons of sex.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't upset at it. I was just incredibly shocked. I was like, what? That is okay. Great. great. Happens. So that mine's a little different, but you know. So I was only there for the first block, but I was able to read the first 2 scripts when I was auditioning, which was great. I know that there's a lot of information held from us, just given the fact that Brienne and Ashley were guessing who the killer was, and you know, it was kind of like a big thing. Madison FaceTimed me when she found out, and it was much later on, so it was like, wow, I rapped a while ago, but you guys are still guessing. That's crazy. So it was exciting, though, I will say.
If there were a season 2 of our beloved show, I want to see Riley like back and like ready to get some revenge.
Coming for you.
I mean, I rightfully so, and I think I want to see her like come head to head with Margot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If there's a second season, I would love to see Dylan and Riley teaming up against Allison, Lennon, and Margot. And I don't know what it's like, but some sort of like, it's like in an ideal world, maybe they join the cult and they're doing their own culty thing.
Mhm.
And Margot and Lynn and Allison are running for their lives.
I want season 2 to open with like Dylan, shaved head, like Cape Fear style, fully tattooed, doing like prison push-ups. Like
Yeah.
ready to go. Riley comes in and breaks him out, and they go total like a Cape Fear season 2 would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Pretty epic.